أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Give all the praises and the thanks to the Almighty Source Creator, the Creator of everything. Brother and sister, we were created that make us part of the creation. The rules, the laws that govern the creation also govern our anatomy and physiology, our body. Our body. This is very, very important for us to understand, brother and sister. But first, we'd like to share our disclaimer. The information and knowledge shared on optimal health is from the perspective of symptometry and symptomatic science. It is not medical science. It is based on natural law. Based on natural law. Remember that. Any names and terms used in this presentation are not for self-diagnosis purposes. They further your understanding of the precepts and concept of symptomatic science. Please contact your physician or your healthcare provider for any medical recommendation. We thank you so very much for allowing us to share that. And we thank you for joining us today here on a new episode of Optimal Health on AM 360. Optimal Health on AM 360, where we explain why the person would be sick. Hosted by your host, Abdul Shaheed, Instructor Abdul Shaheed, Certified Symptometry Health Coach. And we have two guests from the American School of Symptometry, two additional certified symptometry health coaches working along with us, Mrs. Rita Taylor, who's in the doctorate program at the American School of Symptometry, specializing in pregnancy management. And we also have a student, certified symptometry health coach as well, that is in the master program at the American School of Symptometry, Miss Yvette Dean. Miss Yvette Dean. And they both will share an excellent topic along with us today. It'll be absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I think the topic that Mrs. Taylor will be sharing with us will be the benefit of hot water application. This is very, very important topic, and it's based on natural law. Based on natural law. And Miss Yvette Dean will cover the health controversy. The health controversy. We need to put that to rest so you know who's in charge of the body you have. We've all been gifted a human body, brother and sister, and we're responsible for it. Not our doctor, not our parent, not our grandparent, not our sisters and brother. We are responsible. Health is an individual journey, and we're all on that journey. So how are we doing so far? Brothers and sisters, the human being is dynamic. Amazing. That means always changing. And at the American School of Symptometry, we use symptomatic science to use physics to study the human dynamism. That's what we use, physics, rather than anatomy and physiology. Human dynamism. There's always action, reaction, continuousness going on inside of our body all the time. And that's very, very important for us to understand what's happening to our own body and be more in tune with it. Human dynamism is the action theater with positive forces full of strength, power, pressure, devoid of inertia, drag, stress, resistance, friction, and tension cause health. And opposing forces manifested as inertia, resistance, friction, tension, stress, cause symptom and disease. You have the positive and you have the negative interacting within our body, brothers and sisters. One of them are going to win out. Either going to be the negative energy that's going to win on a particular day, or it's going to be the positive energy that's going to win on a particular day. It's up to you. It's up to what you choose to do. Dynamism is a situation where action and reaction don't stop. Take a look at a pond. Observe it closely, and you will discover the new wavelengths constantly replacing the current wavelength. However, the replacement is not continuous in the human body because inertia set in to prevent circulation. Inertia set in to prevent circulation, causing the cell to produce symptoms In other words, symptoms are the product because inertia interrupt continuous rejuvenation and the replacement of the old by the new. We must continuously replace the old by the new. That's a natural law, brother and sister. New must replace old. If not, you're going to have symptom and disease. The non-replacement of old by the new causes pressure and weaken the tissue, the organ, and structure, leading to disintegration. We have the ability to fortify our cells, to fortify our blood, to fortify our DNA. That's what we have the ability to do, brothers and sisters. And we have to be taught how to do it. If not, symptom and disease. Absolutely amazing. Symptom and disease. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Who wants symptom and disease? We want health. So we have to understand what health is all about, where it comes from. Unlike medical science, brothers and sisters, which uses anatomy and physiology, symptomatic science uses physics to study and understand how the human body functions. Physics is the science that the Almighty used to create the universe. So we're part of the creation. Those same rules and laws govern our anatomy and physiology, our body. This is what happened, brothers and sisters. During his studies, symptomatic science discovered that energy in its different form power human activity, making human energy dependent on dependent life form. We depend on energy. When energy ceases to exist in our body, death occurs. You make your transition. That will be the end of this life on this planet. You make a transition. That doesn't mean you stop being existent. You will continue to exist somewhere else. But here on planet Earth, you must have a human body. And it's your responsibility to learn how to take care of it so you can fulfill your mission, so I can fulfill my mission. This is how it is. The different energy that power human or affect them are potential energy or static energy, kinetic nuclear energy, magnetic energy, electrical energy, chemical energy, mechanical energy, mitochondrial energy, sound, motion, quantum, light, and radiation energy. These are all of the various energy that power our body, that cause our body to function. All these various energy, static energy, also known as inertia, defies motion and enhances resistance, defying tension, drag, stress, friction, causing imbalance, turbulence, and disharmony in a dynamic life form, such as you and me, a person. Therefore, the study of energy from a physics standpoint lay bare the source of every health and anomaly or a disease. It laid bare open for us to examine and analyze it. What happened? And this is what symptomatic science is all about. It uses energy, physics, to examine what happened in the person. Absolutely amazing. Therefore, the study of energy from a physics standpoint helps us to determine the source of every disease, brothers and sisters. The source of every disease. Your physician did not study natural law. Your physician did not study physics in this regard, how it applied to the human body. What are these two opposing forces of energy? The answer is positive and negative energy, constantly clashing, always seeking one to dominate the other. It's up to you to determine which one you're going to dominate. If negative energy dominate, you'll have symptom and disease. If positive energy dominate, you'll be healthy. It is as simple as that. You choose. You choose. You make the choice. Physics studied nature of energy. Its different form, motion, radiation, magnetism, and on. How it interact with matter, that is the object or a life form, is also investigate how energy is transformed and transfer from static energy to kinetic energy. That's energy in motion. There's always energy present. And the human being is energy dependent. We depend on energy to exist. Matter of fact, we are energy. And without it, it's over, brothers and sisters. We must learn to use and produce energy 24/7. That's what this program is all about. Teaching us about the natural law, the unseen forces. You can't see energy. You can't see it. You can't see electricity. You certainly can feel the effects of it. So, brothers and sisters, we welcome you to a new episode of Optimal Health on AM 360. We're going to make sure we have our guests present with us. I see we do have Miss Rita. She's going to start it off. I'm going to make sure she have an open mic. See her mic is functioning. Miss Rita, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Assalamu alaikum, brother Shaheed. How you doing? Okay.
Thank you for joining us today and taking time out of your busy schedule. We're going to take a brief pause, and we'll be right back. And you can start talking to us about the benefits of the hot water application. Absolutely amazing. Something natural that we can do that can really help ourselves.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
Absolutely amazing. Give me a few seconds and we'll be right back. So people who are listening, our audience, will you please take a moment to call someone, do a two-way or three-way, so we have more people listen to what we have to say here on Optimal Health on AM 360. Thank you so very much for joining us here today. We'll be right back.
Every anomaly has a cause. For generations, we've only scratched the surface of understanding mental health. Dr. Maxwell Nardi, using the pioneering science of symptometry, delves deeper than ever before, catering to the needs of cells and blood, not just symptoms. With a fresh new approach, uncover the building blocks of your health, redefining health science. Discover the underlying causes of mental anomalies. The book that's changing everything we know about health. Available now. Take charge of your health journey. Are you researching dental implants?
There's a lot of dental offices.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. You with Abdul Shaheed and our guest, Ms. Rita Taylor. This is Optimal Health on AM 360. We thank you so very much for joining us today. Ms. Rita, we're going to pass the mic to you.
Thank you, brother Shaheed. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. We are definitely going to be talking about hot water, but we want to deal with water science. And that's one of the things that we learn at American School of Symptometry, water science, which everybody needs to know, because why? Brothers, we are made of water. We are made of water. Nothing else. Not soda, not tea, not coffee. We are made of water. So we will start talking to you about water. What is water? Why do we need water? That is the cold water, and then we'll talk about the hot water. Why do we need hot water? How do you need water? We need water because our body depends on it. We are made of water, so if you get sick, we have to be cured by water, and you need water in every form that you have. Right now, as I said, we are 93% water. Our blood contains 83% water. Our muscle contains 75% water, and our lungs contain 83% water. So, brothers and sisters, that's what we have. We need water. And the reason I'm going to start off with the water that we take for granted, that we need to invest in the water we drink. The water we drink is critical because why? It provides the hydration we need. A lot of people who are on pharmaceutical drug are not aware that the pharmaceutical drug really dehydrate your body because it is taking away the hydrogen that is in water away from you. So honestly, if you are on drugs, you do not have enough water. And that's one of the reasons that I want us to know that water is critical. And if we need to do whatever it takes to invest in good water. Okay? So in symptometry, we really advise our clients that you need to be drinking 2 to 3 liters of water. 2 to 3. And that water should be an electrolyte water. And what do we mean by that? Electrolyte, it provides the electricity you need with power, strength, and force that you need to help you basically function as an energy dependent biological existence. So you really need water. And the water I'm talking about is the water that provide you with the nutrients that you need. And that's what I want to talk to you about. What kind of water are you drinking? Brothers and sisters, what kind of water are you drinking? Are you drinking anything on the market? Or are you drinking um, the water that contain the electrolytes? The electrolytes. You know what? We are a community based where we try to help our audience about what kind of water you need to be drinking. Because if you don't invest in your water and you just drink any other water, even though we said drink 2 to 3 liters of water, we want you to know that the water that you using have the electrolytes. And what are the electrolytes that I'd like to share with you? Okay, is the water you're drinking have calcium? Does it have magnesium? Does it have potassium? Does it have bicarbonates? Does it have chlorides? Okay, sulfates. Does it have all that? That's what we mean by electrolytes water. And the water you drink should be an average of 7.2. 7.2, not 10.1, not 12.5, not whatever, because you cannot break the pH rule, because when you break it, you are going to end up with a sickness, because you are breaking the natural law that my brother said. You are breaking the natural law is the beginning of all diseases. So I want to make sure that you do know that the water you drink is very important. And the right kind of water is also important. Okay, so invest in that kind of water that have all the electrolytes, and that will help you to maintain equilibrium. It will help you to maintain the speed that you need every day to get around, because we are busy people. We are busy bodies. So we need to be able to maintain everything that we do. So we do recommend that 3 liters. And if you're not, talk to your coach and ask, what kind of water should I be drinking? Ms. Rita said, what kind of water? Maybe this is the water I'm drinking. Is that right for me? How can I invest in the water that goes into my body? Because you know what? What we eat, what we drink, and what the kind of air we breathe also make us sick, because the food we eat cause debris in our bodies and produce sludge. The water, the right kind of water. If you don't drink the right kind of water and you drink water with pH 10 and 12, you are breaking the law, because it is supposed to be 7.2. So you need to make sure that you are in range. And if you're not and you break the natural law, you pay the price. And the price might not be pretty, which means you're going to get sick. And who wants to get sick and go to the doctor and then get another pill again and again? So I'm just saying that that water that you do use make a difference in your body. The other thing I want to share with you is that, do you know um, drinking daily 3 liters of water makes the healthiest child and a future adult? Let's say you're planning to get pregnant. Maybe you're young Again, if you're drinking 2 to 3 liters of water, okay, let me tell you what it does to you. And as I'm in pregnancy management, that's what I tell to my clients. I mean, what does it do to you? The force in our genes and chromosomes come from water quality that our mothers drink during pregnancy. But it doesn't hurt to start drinking water before you get pregnant. But if you're not getting pregnant, make sure you get the right kind of water, and it really help you also have healthy babies. And why is this also important? Drinking inadequate water by pregnant women is the reason a lot of people have cesarean section. As a person who had two of them, I really do not recommend that for anyone, because the problems you have with breastfeeding, the pain of the section, all the things that comes with surgery, because it really is surgery. But people think that, oh, it is pregnancy, but it is surgery. And so when you have surgery, it takes time to recover. And when you have a child who needs you and who is, crying every time, and you have to get up and you have surgery, you don't have time to recover. And that's what symptometry science will help you, because when you follow the procedures, when you do the things we ask you to do, you do not need a C-section. You will know that your pregnancy, your ovulation will progress. That instead of the 24 hours, the 30 hours, I have over 30 hours of labor. If you go through our system, you'll be having it less than an hour. And so you can get home, breastfeed your child, bond with your child without having a cesarean section that is more surgery. So water, even though we don't think about it, it helps in your delivery. It really helps in your with delivery. And as I said, we are made of 93, 94% water, and it maintain, when you drink the good water, it maintain balance when walking, when dancing, when running. Because why? It is lowering our center of gravity. Okay, and that lowering the center of gravity prevent locomotor ataxia, vertigo, and dizziness. A lot of people have vertigo and Meniere disease. And do you know why they do have vertigo? Because they're not drinking enough water. And why? You're also taking, some people take 10 drugs, 10 different, 5, 6, 7. Every time you take the drug, what it does, it will take away your hydrogen and dehydrate you. So I really want to share that with you about the water situation. And also our large intestine, requires a lot of water. Again, about 3 liters daily, because our colon bacteria use a lot of it to make B vitamins, secobilin and phenol. Our colon, also fibroblasts, use a lot of water to produce muscle protein, especially the elastin, the fibrillin, and actin and myosin. It helps you when especially when you're pregnant and your oxytocin is not working. You won't be able to overlap, you won't be able to dilate. And that's why a lot of people wind up with C-section. So in a way, water is good for you, it's positive for you, and you need to invest in it. Whether you're going to be pregnant or not is irrelevant, but if you are, I really recommend that you do use water. I mean, use 3 liters, I mean, the right kind of water, and every day, until, even for the rest of your life, because you're going to need that. So I wanted to start off with that kind of water, because that's what our water science is teaching us. And then now that we talk about the water, we're going to also talk about the hot water, the benefit of hot water application. You know, symptometry science is based on natural law, which said the new must replace the old, and the strong should replace the weak, and the normal should replace the abnormal. What happened when you use hot water application in your body? Because we have heat. And heat is something that we all need. It is a branch of energy that the sun radiates. Heat or cold is measured in degrees, and you need to be an optimal rate of 98 degrees Fahrenheit. When you go to the doctor's office, the first thing they do is to take your temperature to see to see how where you are, and you have to be at 98 or above. Not too much, but you need to be there because heat is crucial. Heat is crucial. We talk about the regular water that you drink. Now we're talking about heat. In water is a life sustainer, and it works to in tandem with oxygen, explaining why both are always required in the cell for DNA and tissue health. You need the heat and you need the water. Okay, so how do we know a person is dying? How do you know that? Because their oxygen and heat level will drop dramatically. It will. I had a family member that were in the hospital for, and the doctors were giving us blow by blow, like, okay, this is not happening. The oxygen level have dropped, okay, and the heat level have dropped, and that affect the circulation of the person. So that's when you know that the person is near death, because it's going to cause stasis or stagnation. And in our body, we need to move at the speed of light no matter what. So when you don't have that, you know that you have a problem. Okay. So heat is critical, and we need to have heat in tandem with oxygen. Okay. The other thing that I want to share with you is the head. Our head, okay, is the highest point, making it very visible and vulnerable. During the winter time or during any time, we lose about 10% of our body heat through our heads. How many of you go out and put yourself in a ponytail and not have a cap on during the winter or even during the summer? Both extreme temperatures are bad for your health and bad for yourself. Okay, we lose 10% from our head during the cold season, and about 15% about our head during alone. Okay, if our body temperature should not lose less than 98 degrees Fahrenheit, we lose 10%, we are in trouble. What will be the consequences when you lose 10% of the heat in your body? You should expect to have what? A head cold. How many people during the winter have colds? Did they know that they're losing heat in their heads? That's why they have cold. That's why you have the NyQuil and you're coughing, you're sneezing, and you don't know what you're doing. You broke the law. You broke the natural law. So you losing heat. Did you fortify your head? Did you cover your head with anything while you're outside? Or you think that you are invincible? Nobody's invincible. So if you know the weather is changing, change with the weather. Don't think that you're invincible and you're going to go through there with no hat on when you know that you're losing 10% of your heat from the water. Okay? And we need to do that. Head colds are not good for you. It means you've broken the law. That's the reason why you have a cold. And a drop in temperature also affects your mucous membrane, lining the nose and sinuses, causing it to disintegrate. Okay? And alone, the disintegration of your nasal mucous membrane and sinuses indicates that you're vulnerable, alerting airborne microbes, especially cold viruses, to descend on this vulnerable nose in search of growth factors. So when you do that, when you lose heat and you start getting cold, they will the mucus, they will come in, the microbes will come in and have a feast. And that's why people are blowing their nose. Their nose are red and they're sneezing. And they say, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. What did you do? You broke the law. And breaking the law, natural health natural law is you're gonna pay a penalty, and that the penalty of the head cold, because you went outside thinking you are Mr. Whatever or Miss Whatever, nothing on your head, not covering your head, and you get the head cold because you break the law. Okay? So the more you blow your nose, the vulnerable that nose become due to the disintegrating of the nasal mucous membrane. And sometimes people will blow their nose and they'll get green discharges or yellow discharge, indicates that the liver biliary segment has been impacted. Okay? So frequent sneezing, coughing, spitting up, phlegm raises another concern. They indicate that the mucous membrane lining the chest cavity is disintegrating due to the cold weather. So don't play with any of the cold weather, whether it's cold weather or whether it's extremely hot water. Both extremes are not good for you. So you need to fortify yourself. You need to fortify your health, knowing that we lose 10% of that during the winter time. Okay? And a lot of people will have viral. As they feed on you, you have viral inflammation. And what you do, they will get a nasal decongestant because they can hardly breathe. So they think that, I will spray something in my nose, and that is a bad thing for you. It's not helping you at all. As a matter of fact, because the cold weather is time to be strong. Remember, we are made of natural law. The strong had to replace the weak. The normal had to replace the abnormal. And if you're not, and the new must replace the old. So if you're not strong, when your nose you're blowing your nose and you can hardly talk and oh my gosh, whatever, you have broken the law, and you need to be strong. Not instead of spraying navel stuff in your nose. It's not the time. Time for you to get some hot water. Do you know that you need to get some water? Hot water. Hot water should be in your house every day. To me, as I said, I was raised on hot water. My mother was not in symptometry, but she believed in hot water because that's what her mom taught her. And so she made sure that we are every day, we have hot water from our head to our toes, from the head to the nose, to your neck, to the chest, to your everything in your bones, basically, your knees, the flesh, your heart, the back, everything you have. Make sure that you spend time using hot water on that every part of your body, including the toes, and making sure that when you get up in the morning, that's one of the first things you do, whether it's winter or summer. You do it every day because your health depend on it. Your really health depend on it. So make time for really applying hot water in every part of your body. When you see something coming, the first thing you reach before you call symptometry is get the hot water and put it on that place that is hurting. It means you've broken the law, so something is wrong. And you start with the hot water, then you come to symptometry. Will give you the particulate for them to break the bonds that is causing that problem. But reach out for the hot water. Put it on that particular site, and you be amazed what it will do to you. And the other thing I want to share with you is that I've been a runner for a long, long time, but I didn't know that the hot water that I put on my body, on my knees and everything else was helping. All my friends that I started running with years ago, they stopped because they have injuries. And they always say, "Why, Miss Rita, how come you not?" I didn't know that it was hot water that was helping my knees and everything else, because it's giving my that place energy. And also and I was not drinking water as much as I should, but now that I'm drinking water, I see a difference. People have surgery and they say, we are born on bone. How much water are you drinking? Basically. So hot water is important, that if you put it on the side of the situation, it will give you the relief you need before symptometry bring you the particulars to liquefied whatever ails you. But hot water should be part of your system at home, because it really works. It makes you healthy. And you don't even know why, because of the science. It's the science in hot water that you need. It helps you and it gives you the energy that you're looking for. Okay. Um, so we talked about reversing the heat. And basically, if you put it on your head and nose, and if you have you put a towel on there, like my situation, I had a situation where my eye, I have the red eye, a capillary kind of busted, and I have a red eye. And I did reach out for hot water. And sometimes send me something, but the hot water, and put it on the day that it happened, brothers and sisters, my eyes were red. And I just went and got some hot water, and the next day that redness was gone. And before I got my particulate, it was gone, because I immediately reach out for hot water on that eye. That the capillary there busted because it was weak. It means it has sedimentary sludge on that eye, and I have to do something about it. So I have to remove it. So what I'm saying is that the hot water is a lifeline, and it costs us nothing. It costs us water and a kettle and a towel, and use it on a daily basis, and you'll be amazed what it will do for you. Okay, so symptometry, we teach us cell science and provide symptometry, a natural scientific source removing service. In a head cold situation, we're dealing with the state of stasis and how to reverse it to prevent and reverse a head cold. And we talked about how to do that. Okay. Okay. So what is a head cold? People, what is a head cold? A head cold can cause headaches, frequent sneezing, teary eye, runny nose. You can hardly talk. And you people reach out for the NyQuil or whatever it is, the cold, the medicine. Okay. But hot water application, in addition to calcium fumarate, one will easily end this nightmare. The hot water application and and the molecule will end this nightmare for you. So, but reach out for the hot water application and contact your coach. Say, hey, I have this situation, and they will help you get to this solution to the problem. Okay, a lot of people during the winter months do drink coffee, tea, hot cocoa, and all the heat because they need the heat. Okay, they think that drinking tea, hot water, hot cocoa, chocolate milk, and coffee during the cold weather is the same as sipping hot water. No, no, no. Why not? Because tea, coffee, and chocolate contain tropomine there. We have, it's a poison. Okay, it's a poison. We have theobromine in coffee and chocolate, and tea is theophylline. Those are poisons. So why are you adding poison to your blood every day? Why are you doing that? Because that's what it is. But people think it's giving them heat. The heat that they really need is plain water that is hot. I drink my water, all my water, lukewarm, basically. And for a long time, I don't drink just plain water, lukewarm water. If you drink that every day, you will not need the coffee that you get up and you say, oh, I need the coffee, I need the tea, because the water that you're drinking should be able to help you. Okay, so again, the poisons in tea and coffee, you can Google that and find out the poison in them is verifiable. And then you can check and make up your own mind. Do I need to be drinking this every day, even though I know I'm poisoning myself? Okay, so this is something to share with you. So drinking hot water, drinking coffee, tea, and hot chocolate during the winter, which we are all been through right now, especially the past week with the snow and ice that everybody experienced, is tempting to just grab the hot water. The chocolate milk, and everything else. So headaches or migraines. Why is it that a lot of individuals suffer from chronic headache or migraine? Because they use nasal decongestants in the past. Well, did it do it? Did it help them? Did it help them get over the hump? Did it help them? Maybe it might help you for a minute, but it didn't get to the root cause of the problem why you have the problem. Okay, the headaches. Okay, nasal decongestant never transfer heat to the head. It allows the primary cause of head cold stasis to remain intact. Your head cold is stasis in your head, so it is there. So a head cold caused by stasis compel the cerebral arteries to constrict in certain areas, leading to a headache, or a cerebral capillaries to constrict in specific area, resulting in migraine. So they're different between a headache and a migraine. Okay, hence the difference between headache and migraine. They are not the same, but are caused by the same factor, which is stasis. So let's make sure that you understand how your anatomy in your body works. And when you do understand it, you'll be able to prevent a lot of diseases and problems that you might face that you don't have to run to the doctor to. Okay. How many people, as I said, go out without anything on? We were born with full of hair for a reason. When you have a baby, the baby come out with full of hair. They come out with full of hair because why? Because it wants us to trap heat from escaping from our head. So that's why we have hair. So if you go out and you shave your head off, then the heat will be leaving your hair because there's nothing to cover your head. So shaving, unless it's for something that the doctor asks you to do, maybe you have surgery and have to shave that part, you should be having full of hair, which is a hefty price you pay sooner or later if you do not understand. Because there is a reason that we are born with eyelashes, eyebrows, scalp hair, and all that. There's a reason because the planet Earth bear the brunt of radiation, especially where the ozone layer is depleted. So we talked about cold versus hot application in the beginning. Headaches, migraine, muscle soreness require hot water application because the lactic acid has accumulated in that area, complicating stasis. Nothing removes excess lactic acid than what we call A16B. It's available with your coach is something you need. It's a must-have in your house, regardless of the season, and use it on a weekly basis. Believe me, you won't be going through a lot of these sneezing and the cold, head cold, and all that stuff because it removes the lactic acid. And for somebody who's a runner, I need it because I have excess lactic acid every time I do run. So ACCMB is something I recommend. Talk to your coach and get some at home and use it per your instruction. Okay. Cold water or dry ice application. Okay, it's ideal when the tendons or ligament or cartilage or tissue is fresh, meaning it just occurred in few minutes. Okay, why? Because stasis weakened that area, causing pathways and capillaries to collapse, leading to fluid buildup, cortisol and endorphin deprivation, resulting in pain and swelling. So that's why you need cold water at that moment. But then, the next day you really need to be reaching out to your hot water to use it. Okay, because the downside of hypothermia is, it's a scenario involving cold water application, and instead it requires heat trapping and sipping hot water several times a day. So hot water, sipping salt water every day is a must for all of us. Not the soda, brothers and sisters, not the tea, not the hot cocoa, but sipping hot water is important. Okay? In hypothermia, the water is so cold that the cell can divide because extreme cold, again, denatures kinase and cyclin that divide the cell. Okay, render them incapable. And as a result, you get a limp against the flow because stasis has considerably weakened the forces that calculate blood in them. Okay, so we need to be careful with that. Hypothermia is really is breaking the law in terms of if you denature kidneys and cyclin, your cell doesn't function. You need to divide for your cell to even do anything. So it's important that we take care of that every day. Okay. Okay. Do you have numbness? Do you feel some part of your body that is numb? If you do, again, we have symptometry to help you with that, because you require heat application. That's why I've said every day you really need to take the hot water from head to toe, spend some time, and put on your whole body. The results that you get, that is just marvelous for your body. Okay. Are you eating milk, cheeses, and eggs? You need to avoid these because experiencing numbness because the sensory and motor neurons cannot receive or transport impulses. Why? Oxygenated blood can reach them. And you need if oxygenated blood can reach them because there are clots in the way, and stasis have weakened the forces causing the collapse of pathways and capillaries. Unless specific food are avoided because they cause clots and worsen stasis, expect numbness to persist as a chronic ailment. Again, you have the coach that will help you to avoid that and help you to get the particulate to liquefy the toxin. I mean the break the bonds there, but you also need the hot water application. It will really, really help you with hot. But that is a must. That's a job you need to be doing every day if you really want a healthy body. And for me, I have to because I'm moving all the time. I'm running, and so my body needs the heat, and it's important. And I know that it has helped me. And brothers and sisters, if you take the time to do that, it will also help you. So these are certain things that I want to share with you before I end. Okay, if you have a blow to any part of your body, it will cause stasis. It means nothing moves. Therefore, people, football players, prize fighters, kickboxers, boxers, and people who fall from a high rise, you need to be careful. Hypothermia requires trapping heat and drinking lots of hot water. Muscle soreness requires hot water application and massaging. And again, you have a kettle, you have water, you have a towel. If you put that on and put on your body, brothers and sisters, you will feel much, much better. Okay? A hot cold requires a hot water application of the forehead, the frontal sinuses, and nose for about 5 minutes. I do it every morning, regardless of weather. Every morning, you feel energized, you feel great, and to me, is something that money can buy. Do that, and put on your nose for about 5 minutes when you get up in the morning, 2 or 3 times daily. Okay, and then you will not have the head cold that people are grappling with during the winter times and stuff, because you're already preventing that. You're fortifying yourself. You're fortifying your body. Okay. Numbness, we talked about it. Require a change in diet to avoid drinking ice water, milk, and eating eggs, figs, because and cheeses, because it clots. It clots your blood. And as we said, your blood should be moving at the speed of light, not not slowly, but fast. It should go zippy when they put something on your, when you go in to have the blood work, when they put um, that little bottle there, and they prick you, that blood should be zipping through that, and within a minute it's full. If your blood is slow, you have an issue. You need to call your coach, because you have stasis there. You need the blood to move. Okay? So all I can tell you is that you are what you eat is very true. You are what you drink is true. And also the air that you breathe in your homes is very important, because our homes are not safe. And before you go out, you think it's not safe, your home is not safe. When was the last time you have somebody check the air quality in your home? Do you check it every 6 months, every year, for them to tell you what kind of air quality you're breathing in, especially in the wintertime where you have the heat, blasting out every minute, because our temperature is 8 degrees or 9 degrees? You need to have a good air quality. Have them come in. We call it life skills. Have them check it. And if it's not, find a way to make that the breathing at home, where you sleep all the time, where you spend a lot of time, needs to be the quality. So with that in mind, I'm just saying that in water science, in symptometry, they teach you about how to get water, how to drink water, the amount of water you need, and how it helps your ligaments, your bones, and everything else. How it helps, it gives you speed and pressure to move the blood in your body, so that you'll be able to do things. We also talk about the hot water, that you need uh, to reduce inflammation, to help you move, to work with oxygen, and you need those two to work together. We are energy. You need heat. Don't let anybody tell you that you don't, because if you don't have the heat, you're going to have problems. So heat is important. Oxygen is important. And you should not be losing any heat in your body, in your head. Because if you do, you have a price to pay. That's what you said. You have broken the law. And that, when you break the natural law, you have a price to pay. Is when you break the law, it doesn't care who you are, you will pay a price. And that price will be sickness. Because when you break the law, the beginning of every disease we have in the body is breaking the natural law. Brother Saheed, assalamu alaikum.
Well, like Assalam, Ms. Rita, that was excellent, excellent, excellent. We certainly appreciate you sharing this fantastic information with us. And you mentioned several times the natural law. Every time we violate the natural law, brothers and sisters, whether you know them or not, it doesn't make any difference. Ignorant of the law is no excuse. You're going to develop a symptom. If you keep doing it, then you're going to have a disease. It is your responsibility to put things back to normalcy. Obeying the natural law give us health. Violating the natural law give us disease. That's the opposite. We live in a world of opposite. So, brothers and sisters, we're going to come back. If you have a question for our guest, please formulate your question. She's not going to have much time to stick around with us. So as soon as we come back, have a question for our guest. And we'll be right back. I see we have one hand, but we'd like to take a break right quick. We're going to come back, and then we'll allow you to ask your question or make your comment. Please do not go anywhere. Make a note to call someone, text someone, do a two-way or three-way, and ask them to join us here on Optimal Health on AM 360. We'll be right back.
People get sick all the time. However, even after years of research, physicians don't have the faintest clue why most sick people find themselves in the predicament they do. Will they just accept the same treatment without truly getting to the bottom of what is happening to them? Not anymore. Symptometry draws attention to your cells, the building block of your being, allowing you to understand what needs to be done and paving the way for self-correction. Developed by Dr. Maxwell Nardi, symptometry is not medicine or even its alternative. It is a study designed to fill in the void left behind by the most common scientific fields. Symptometric science has proven time and again over 31 years that chaotic eating and living are not in the best interest of the cells. It's about time we change that. To understand symptometry, dive into a whole new world of cell-based knowledge and profoundly appreciate human cells' work. Get your copy of Symptometry and Symptometric Science at a Glance by Dr. Maxwell Nardi now.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. With your host, Abdul Shaheed, your certified symptometry health coach. And we're going to go right to the hand that we have that's raised. We have Brother Muhammad Sharif. You can unmute yourself, come in and make your comment, ask your question. Thank you for joining us today here on Optimal Health on AM 360.
Yeah, you're welcome, Brother Shaheed and Miss Rita.
Yes, assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, I got on a few minutes late, but I heard you speaking about hair. You should have hair on your head. Repeat
Yes.
that, please.
Oh, you mean, what was the question again?
About hair, Miss Rita. Should we be born with our
Oh,
head? Should we have
please.
hair?
The creator, sister, the creator created you with lots of hair.
Yes.
Lots of hair. And it's supposed to conserve heat in your head. You lose 10% of heat during the winter time alone. So if you don't have any hair, and if you don't put on a hat, then you're going to lose the heat automatically. That will make you sick. You're breaking the natural law. You need hair, not what you call it, just sakura with nothing on your head. And people will shave their eyebrows. They'll say, no, there was a reason the creator created it that way. So, sister, you need hair. And if you're not, you need to make sure you have the head wrap on, you have a hat on, everything else to cover that head. Because Losing the heat will make you pay a price, and the price is sickness.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're born with hair. Another reason
Mm-hmm.
we need hair, Brother Muhammad, is
Mm-hmm.
that on Earth, take the blunt of the radiation from the sun.
Mm-hmm.
The hair
Uh-huh.
helps us to mitigate radioactive isotope coming from the sun 24/7.
Exactly.
Another reason why we have hair, especially on
Mm-hmm.
our head.
Wow.
Well, so if you shave it off,
You have a problem. In the future, you're going to have a problem if you shave your head.
You know, I wish a whole lot of men should hear that. I mean, some
yes.
women now too.
And
I
you
mean, all
Exactly.
these men walking around with bald heads,
bald
man, they should
head.
hear this.
It's a
They.
trend. It's a fad. It's
Mm-hmm.
fashion. It has nothing to do with health.
Mm-mm.
We were born with hair for a reason,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and we
You
just
know,
gave it to you.
you know, our creator knew exactly what he's doing. How he created us. She said,
Mhm.
"You need your hair full of hair." She said,
Oh,
"You need your eyebrows. You need this. You need all that because you need the heat in your head
Mm.
and around your head."
Now she said it makes perfect sense. It makes
absolutely.
perfect sense.
Yes,
Otherwise, we'd be in violation of the natural law.
exactly. And you
Mhm.
get sick. And why do
Mhm.
you want to get sick? Every winter you have people sneezing now. Oh, let me reach out to NyQuil. You're doing it to yourself. Why are you
Yes.
doing this? Your doctor is not going to tell you. Because when you go there, you pay him whatever, and then he give you the pill, and you run away and you say, "Oh, I'm okay." It's not doing anything for you because that pill is removing water from your body, and your body needs water. We are made, sister, 93% of water. You need water every day.
Mhm.
You don't
Well,
need soda. You don't need tea. You don't need coffee. You don't need orange juice. You don't need all those. Just fall in love with plain old water. Water
water.
that have electrolytes. You need
Mhm.
that because it gives you strength, pressure, speed to move around. People have vertigo. Why do they have vertigo? You don't have enough water in your body. Mania disease. Why do you have the doctors won't tell you? But you need 2 to 3 liters, not 2 to 3 liters of water a day. Every day. You will see the amazement of what it will do to you, sister. When you keep that rule of drinking that water every day, the right kind of water, you will feel great every day. And you don't have to go to the doctor and get a pill. So that's all I can tell you. Water, water everywhere, everywhere. And make sure that you cover your head during the winter and don't go around being bald. Put on a hat when you're going somewhere in the
Now,
winter.
yeah,
Even
may I ask
uh-huh.
you other question? Kind of, what about having a bald head during the summertime?
Okay, again is the same thing because all the extremes, whether it is cold or hot, you need to cover your head. And here in the summer, I live in Texas. It's hot, and people see me. I have my hat on. They say it's hot. I said yes because it's extremely heat, and I don't want to lose the heat in my head. So yes, both the winter and the summer, you need to have a hat when you have extreme temperatures. Extreme, and that's what we just went through one last week. And then the summer when it's 100 degrees, whatever you are, cover your head.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Miss Rita, and thank you,
Oh,
Sharif.
yeah, you're
You're
welcome. No,
welcome.
no, no. We want, one thing is that we want you to be educated in such a way that you can make your own decisions and make it in such a way that is helpful and healthy for you. Because the doctor's not going to tell you that. They are not there to tell you to be healthy. They say, "Come to me. I'll give you a prescription." I'll give you
Keep
a
you coming
prescription,
back.
but when you go there for the prescription, it's not free. You have to pay somebody before you get in to see
Somebody's
that
paying
person.
for it.
You have to pay for it. So why don't you prevent, the prescription? And why don't you prevent by just doing the basic, sister? Water, and hot water, and good, electrolyte water, and you will see a difference. Believe me.
Thank you very much.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
sister.
Thank you for listening.
All right.
Assalamu alaikum, brother and sister.
Alaikum assalam.
Mhm.
We're going to see Ms. Rita before you go. Anybody else have a question or comment? Anyone else in our audience have a question or comment for our guest, Mrs. Rita, before she has to leave?
And also remember, before I leave, that soda, a can of soda have 10 teaspoons of sugar. 10 teaspoons.
Amazing.
So when people
Absolutely.
have diabetes, they don't understand. If you're drinking 2 or 3 cans a day, you are not helping yourself to be healthy.
Absolutely. Not at all.
Sugar is not something we need, a little bit, not a whole lot. Sugar and salt, you need just a teensy bit in your body. But we overdo it because it's the trend. Everybody's drinking this, so let's do this. No, I used to be that way, but when I came to symptometry, I switched and said, I'm going to do what is right by myself, and what my creator wants me to do to be healthy. And I'm telling you, ever since I've been to symptometry, I have not been sick. I don't go to the, and when I go to the doctor, it's for my yearly physical and my blood work. And if there's anything wrong, I run to symptometry. But so far, I'm okay. And again, you determine your destiny. That's all I want everybody to do. The doctors are not there to help you. You have to do the heavy lifting yourself.
Absolutely.
You have to say, I want to be healthy, and I'll do everything in my power to be healthy. Being 60 or 70 or 80 means nothing. Age is a number. But how do you work yourself so that your cells are healthy? So you don't run to the emergency every month and stay there for 3 hours for somebody to see you. Take care of your health, and the health will take care of you. Believe me, without health, you have nothing.
Have nothing.
So that's what I want to leave you, but I hope that we have more questions. But
Yes, questions
please,
are good.
don't forget don't forget the water. We are made of water, dear.
Absolutely. Red blood cell, white blood cell, made of water, platelets, enzyme, hormone, made of water.
Exactly.
Everything has to have water. Our
And
heart, water. Our liver, water. The cells are made of water.
everything.
The
So what makes
lungs, water. Our
we
brain,
water?
water. So if you don't have water, you're dehydrated. The first thing that go is our brain. You, your brain becomes dehydrated. What are you going to do? What, you can't think without water in the brain.
So,
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so very much, Ms.
before I leave, I just want people to know, instead of paying that bill for the bill, and when you go to the doctor and you pay for the visit, and you pay for all that, all the medicine, why don't you use that money to get good water, electrolyte water, every day, and put heat on
Absolutely.
yourself, and that bill that you pay, it will be a thing in the past because you're taking care of yourself. Your body need heat. So I'm delighted, and thank you so much for having me today, brother
Thank you,
Saheed.
Ms. Rita. We're showing your information on our screen. Mrs. Rita, certified symptometry health coach in the doctoral program at the American School of Symptometry to be a symptometry doctor. Absolutely amazing. And we have her email address, info@pregnancymadeeasy.com. Phone number for those people who looking to get pregnant or who's already pregnant. and they want to have a healthy pregnancy where they have no problem, no morning sickness every morning, getting up, going to the bathroom, throwing up, all that, and spending 24, 48 hours in labor, all that nonsense. That is not normal, people.
It's not
abnormal. 10 minutes, 15 minutes in labor, it's over. The baby is healthy and jumping to come here, not trying to hold back, don't have any energy. No, the mother loaded with energy and power and force and pressure and speed up the labor.
That's what it
Know
is.
how to do it, learn how to do it. Hire a certified centometry health coach who specializes in pregnancy management. And there are people who cannot get pregnant. They spend 50 or 60, $100,000 and still fail. Come to centometry and we have a solution.
We sure do.
Almost guaranteed pregnancy because we remove the hindrance to the cell that we're made of. The Almighty created the cell, put genes in them for the blueprint to produce more of us.
More of us, good one too. And,
exactly.
and before I leave, I just want the audience to know that Brother Shaheed is also in the doctoral programs. Congratulations, Dr.
Thank you,
Shaheed.
ma'am.
So we
Thank
are
you,
all
ma'am.
in this world together to work together. So I mean, brothers and sisters, we're here to to help you to learn the fact about really being healthy and not depending on the doctor. The doctor is not your friend. They're there to get your money. Once you understand that, you will do everything in your power to stay away from them and you'll be a happier person. A happier person. And they will not bamboozle you because they know that you know something that they don't know. So, assalamu alaikum.
Well, like I said, Miss Rita, we thank you so very much. Health is an individual effort. If you don't make the effort, nobody can help you. You have to become more knowledgeable of how our body works. And we use physics to explain it. We can explain everything. There's no incurable disease, brothers and sisters. All disease can be reversed. It's up to you. It's a mindset. That's where it starts. Health and disease starts in our mind. So thank you so very much, Ms. Rita, for sharing your wisdom with us and your expertise. Thank you so very much. We look
Thank
forward to
you. Have a good one,
another
and we'll
episode
see you
next
next
week.
week. Yeah, okay. Thank you,
Thank
brothers
you.
and sisters. And sister, thanks for the good question. And hopefully you can tell the men in your life that they don't need to shave their head bald. They really need hair. So thank you. And assalamu alaikum.
Well,
Bye-bye.
like I said, Miss Rita. There you have it, brother and sister, Miss Rita, from the American School of Symptometry. We need doctors when we have emergency, when there's trauma, and we have necessary surgery. But most of the time, that is not necessary. We have to live on this planet every day. So how are you taking care of yourself? It's up to you to learn what you have to do about the natural laws that we must stay in compliance. We have our other guest with us today, Ms. Yvette Dean. She's also a certified symptometry health coach. And we're going to bring up her information to share with us right now. Miss Yvette Dean.
Yes,
absolutely amazing.
greetings.
How you doing today?
Greetings.
Thank you for joining us here on Optimal Health on
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you, Rita. Great show. Great
Share
show.
your information. Miss Yvette Dean, certified symptometry health coach. Her email address is coachvet2019@gmail.com. Phone numbers 708-541-3286. And her website is scientificrecipes.com. Her specialty is scientific recipe, brothers and sisters. Isn't that amazing? Scientific eating, scientific cooking, and scientific living on this planet can help us to maintain optimal health, where we're able to fortify ourselves against diseases. Most diseases are preventable. It's a lot easier to prevent a disease, Ms. Yvette, rather than try to cure one.
Yes.
So get
For
the knowledge.
sure. This
Become
is
a
what we're
student at the
about.
American School of Symptometry like we chose to do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Can you hear me
Thank
clearly?
You. Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
going
Loud
in
and
and
clear.
out. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Hear you loud and clear. Thank you for
All
joining
right.
us today. And we know
Great.
you have
Thank you.
chosen as a topic, and I shared with the audience earlier, the health controversy. What is the health controversy all about? Well, we bring up so much controversy when we come on. But we hope people are strong and that they can handle the truth. Some people can't handle the truth.
No, no, they can't. That's why
Makes
there
it
is
difficult.
so much controversy out there,
Yeah,
right? Because, you hear so much about health and products that people are selling, you are confused. You don't know
absolutely.
where to go or who to believe or what therapeutic to believe, what products to trust in your body.
Exactly.
It's a total health controversy out there that you must have
Must.
knowledge to decide which is best for you, what makes sense to you. Don't let someone just throw something out there, okay, and you take it. Do you know if it's good for yourselves? I mean, do anybody really know what health is or what it means? No, no. Maybe a few of us who are at the American School of Symptometry who know what health is and will not be bamboozled by anyone because we're now at a level where we know what health is. And we welcome you also to come and learn what health is at the American School of Symptometry, the only school that teaches you the true meaning of health, the only school. There's different people who have different interpretations of what health is or what it should be. Some individuals say, I'm healthy. There's nothing wrong with me. I haven't been sick in years. Does that really necessarily mean that you're healthy? No, it means that you've been beating the odds. You've been producing certain enzymes to keep you healthy, but no one is truly healthy unless they have maintenance. Without maintenance, which is disease prevention, no one is healthy. No one. Whether you're buff with muscles or whether you're slim and trim, it does not mean you're healthy. If you have weight on you, does not mean you're healthy. If you're skinny, does not mean you're healthy. That's a myth, ladies and gentlemen. It's a myth. Being skinny, slim is great because you keep weight off you, maintaining a healthy weight, but it doesn't mean you're healthy. Because if you eat, if you eat and do not do maintenance, sickness is near. There's no way of getting around it because we must remove waste from our bodies. We must remove it. Otherwise, it will stay there as an inert substance, blocking everything, blocking blood flow, nutrients, resources from getting to the cells. So most people don't know what is health and why are we sick? Physicians get sick, pharmacists get sick, and nurses. We all get sick, ladies and gentlemen. Just because they're doctors do not mean that they are not or they don't get sick. Yes, they do. We all just exist if we don't have maintenance. We just exist because most people do not know what health is. Okay? People use health as a way to get your attention, a way to sell some products. health gurus. They go to health seminars. They promote healthy eating. They give you, health tips. When you leave, they give you little health guides. Okay, but do they really know what health is, or are they just marketing something, telling you something? Why? Because they know you're going to get sick. This is why they produce pharmaceuticals and advertise them. You notice every commercial is you sick. It's a disease you're about to get because they know the side effects of their products. But, you know, we don't bash them, not at all, because that's all they know. That's all they know. That's what they were taught at school, is to diagnose and prescribe. So we don't badger them. I mean, they're great for emergency purposes. They're great to get you, back on your feet. But once you get back on your feet, run to symptometry so we can take care of the cells because the cells is the key to health. It's the key. In symptometry, cell self-correction says volumes. It says volumes about the quality of service we provide. Cell self-correction, that says volumes. We're not trying to sell you a product. No, we're telling you that we can help correct your cells. So there's no need for us to use, health unless we know that health is a reward that our cells give us because we do cell self-correction. So yes, health is a reward. It's a reward for aligning your mind with their needs, what they want. They want you to eat scientifically. They want you to drink good water. So we do cell self-correction and disease prevention here. And what makes us even extra special, okay, is that we tell you what caused your illness. We're going to let you know. You're not going to leave us without you knowing what caused that. That's getting to the source of your problem. So we can remove it and you can never repeat that source again because you know you're susceptible of getting it again. So once you know, and we will tell you, once you get your consultation, pay your fee, we will tell you for your products, we will tell you what to stay away from and why this caused this symptom, why your cell gave you a symptom. Because you was eating too many of those or you was exposed to too much of something. But we'll let you know. We'll let you know. So we ask people, what does staying healthy mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? What does staying healthy mean? Some physicians say staying healthy means what? Getting vaccinated regularly? Undergoing surgery? Taking medications? Like, we're made of cells, not chemicals. That's why there are side effects, ladies and gentlemen, because we're made of cells, nutrients, and resources, not chemicals. So our cells are rejecting it left and right, which is side effects. And then, we got another drug for the side effects. Meanwhile, we are destroying life. What gave us life is our cells and cell division. To some people, health means eating fruits, eating vegetables, taking dietary supplements, as well as eating a balanced diet. But what is a balanced diet? If you don't know what health is, you don't know what a balanced diet is. If someone say, oh, you got to eat a balanced diet, what does that mean? Think about it. And I'm sure you've heard it before. Everyone has. Eat a balanced diet. Eat a balanced diet. What does that mean? If you knew what we knew about fruits and vegetables, you wouldn't be so quick to eat it or make sure it's cooked scientifically before you eat it. Otherwise, you play on Russian roulette. Because here at Symptometry, what we know is that health is a day by day reward, hour by hour. You ever been perfectly felt great, and then the next day you feel bad? You feel like, what happened? I was just fine yesterday. So now you're thinking, what did I eat? What was I exposed to? What water did I drink? It can be caused of never having maintenance. You've built yourself up to a saturation point where you're having a symptom. So now you need particulates with energy. See, our products have energy, not nothing that's going to stand still, inert, that's going to cause a blockage. Fat, no. We have energy to move things out the blood. This is what our products have: energy, nutrients, resources, electricity, heat. This is why particulates dissolve and liquefy. Sources in our bodies. Let me repeat that. We give you products that have energy, that have heat. Think about it, heat. Heat liquefies and destroys everything. Everything. This is why it's so important to drink hot water, especially in the winter, especially along, of course, with formula A16B to remove lactic acid, to protect you against viruses. Some fruits and vegetables lower our body temperatures. You have to know which ones they are so you can avoid them. This is what eating scientifically is all about. This is what I teach. There are fruits and vegetables that will, lower your body's temperature. Make the area low pressure area where diseases begin. All diseases begin in the low pressure area of your body. And when you put particulates under your tongue, it goes straight there. It knows where to go. It knows which part of your body has the low pressure, so it goes straight there, working on you, moving 2 hours every day, back and forth, moving that inert substance out the way so blood can flow, oxygen can flow to the cells, and then the cells self-correct. Amazing, isn't it? This is amazing. This is symptometric science. Symptometric science. We now have a choice, ladies and gentlemen, or we can do both. Either way, go to your doctors for diagnosing, for blood reports, bring them over here to symptometry if there's any abnormalities in them. If your white blood cell count is not normal or too low, if your red blood cell count is not normal and too low, if you have any abnormalcy in your body, any lump or bumps, any varicose veins. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about? Those varicose veins that we be trying to hide with long socks, you know? We're not having good circulation in our legs. Why? Because we need maintenance down there. Those veins are clogged with inert substances. And why not use a product that's going to push them out? Push it out the way. Energy, heat. And I told you, heat dissolves everything, destroys everything. This is why we cook our meats for long periods of time. Heat. To a symptometry doctor, staying healthy means understanding how cells and the body operate. We have to understand that so that natural laws are obeyed. We're totally different, totally different. Obeying natural laws allows our cells to maintain their balance during weather changes, preventing the adverse effects of low temperature and low pressure. If you obey these natural laws, we are preventing diseases. Okay, we're preventing diseases if we obey these laws. And there are a few laws that govern us. There are a few laws, and we never knew that. We never knew that there was a pH rule. We drinking lemon juice, you drinking lime juice. We just messing our pH all up. We brushing our teeth with baking soda. Like, come on. No. They tell us to, but no. It's wrong. We're changing our pH when we use mouthwash, when we use baking soda in our mouth, when we bathe with baking soda and Epsom salt. No. No cold water, bath water. No. I see people thinking they're being healthy and they sit in these cold baths. Do you know what you're doing to your cells? I'm gonna tell you this story. So, someone I knew thought it was healthy to take a hot shower. No, he took a cold shower first. There you go. He took a cold shower first, as cold as he can get it. And then he gonna turn it on hot and got it real hot. He lost his balance. He lost his energy. He can do nothing. He barely got out the shower to reach the bed. His energy was depleted. Do you know what he did? He froze. His cells came together, and then they opened with the hot water, and you cannot take cold baths and shower. You will lose your energy. No cold showers, ladies and gentlemen. No. No cold showers, no cold baths, no cold therapeutics. I see people going in these with insulated cold things, and it goes down. It's at the mall. It goes down to minus. And can you take it for 2 minutes? I'm like, oh, do they know what they're doing to their cells? No, we must follow rules. There's an iron rule. Iron rule. Most of us ladies out there, we are depleted. We are anemic because iron rule is one of the rules of health. Laws of motion. Everything must move in our body. We shouldn't have inert substances. Humans should move. We should move so we can get all this excess weight off us so we can be slimmer. But we'll be slimmer, healthy slimmer, because we do maintenance. We know that food goes in, must come out. Unfortunately, the foods that we put in leave lines of sludge along our arteries, our veins, our cells, because we eat too much saturated fat, too much starch. We also have the healing law, speed law. There's laws that govern us, our health, that we must go by. We must go by. But the natural law, where we live, where we're created to live, must be obeyed. Keeping planets in their orbits with no planet straying to another planet's orbit. No planet will ever head and crash into the sun. That's amazing how that is just natural. Humans are made of cells. Are made of cells. And it must be maintenance. We must have maintenance. The maintenance of heat in the human body is the first natural law. So drink your hot water as much as you can throughout the day, preferably water with electrolytes in it, because it gives you electricity. Electricity to keep our heart pumping strong, to keep us moving full of energy. We got to keep our body at high temperatures all the time. We do not ever want it to get low temperature. So we got to be careful of what we eat, careful of what we put in our mouths, be careful of vitamins that you know nothing about or where they came from, how long they've been sitting on the shelves. Be careful of the drugs that you take in your mouth, especially the ones with side effects. Especially the ones with side effects. Be very careful. They can cause low temperature and pressure in the body, which causes symptoms and diseases and disorders. How? How do they do that? Because it transforms from a high pressure area to a low pressure area. This is where you take things and you don't know what you're taking. Stop that. No. We have to be very careful and align our minds with the needs of our cells. Because remember, our cells gave us life. This is why we're here right now, ticking. We're here ticking right now. Our heart is beating, electricity going through us, giving us life. Our cells gave us life. We were created to live on this planet full of poisons, full of microbes. But we have to find a way to neutralize those with our atomic intelligence, which we're here. You know, sometimes God give us, put people in our lives to help us. So when you hear us and hear the right thing, and if it makes sense to you, maybe we're here for a reason, right? I believe in that. Let people know how you're doing. Let people know that you're having symptoms, because just somebody will know what to do. Don't sit there and suffer. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't like pharmaceutical drugs because they make me sick. I don't know what to do. oh, the body's going to heal itself. No, it needs help because you have not been maintaining your body over the years. You have not been having any maintenance because you didn't know. I didn't know. They didn't know. We all didn't know. But we now know. We now have symptometry, root cause therapeutics on the therapeutic scene, here to help us learn about our health, not just reverse your diseases. We want you to learn of why we get sick. We want you to learn the laws of health, the rules of health, so you can stay healthy on this planet that we were created for. And God don't want us early. He wants us here on earth. He created us for this planet so we can make it better. But we have people who are not producing neurotransmitters and neurons, and they're making this world difficult. But as long as you're healthy, you can help. You have a voice. But in order to have that voice, you got to have a healthy body, right? We got to be healthy so we can help maintain this planet we were created for, to live here, to live here. Now, if what I'm saying makes any sense, that means we were put here to help you, to give you a resource for your symptoms, to give you another alternative for your symptoms. Some of us don't even like going to the doctors. Like, we only go because we have to get yearly tests so we can see how we're doing. Every time I go, I get white coat syndrome. I do. I get white coat syndrome. So most people don't like even going to the doctors. So why not just pick up the phone, tell us your symptoms, get knowledge of why the symptom is there, and have us self-correct yourselves. Self-correct, they are self-correct themselves with cleaning nutrients and resources. So they can produce enzymes and other proteins. So they can become less resilient. Okay? Symptometry is here for all of us now. All of us. Be happy. I am. I'm so happy. I am so elated. Why? Because we have a product that knows about what we are made of. Like, we have hair cells, skin cells, nail cells, right? It's amazing. This is what we're made of. So I'm trusting my health to symptometry because they self-correct my cells so that diseases is no longer. And tell me how to prevent it. Amazing. Amazing. I'm walking out of this consultation with knowledge. Knowledge. Not just here you go fill up a prescription. Or here, go take this herb over here and go take these supplements over here. No. Do we know how long they've been sitting on them shelves? Do we even know if our cells need them? Do we know if our cells need those certain nutrients? We don't know because our cells only need 10%. The rest they produce. We eat for energy. We should not eat for pleasure. Pleasure is what have us sick. Is the majority of our sickness is eating for pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, eating for pleasure. And we do because those taste buds can get you in trouble. they can get you in trouble. So yes, it's a health controversy out there. It's a health controversy out there. What to do, what to take, who to trust. What do we do? What do we do? Okay, how do we avoid the smoke screens? How? By having knowledge. I'd rather go somewhere and get treated and come back with knowledge than go somewhere and get treated and have no knowledge. What I even did wrong. Like, what did I do? How did I get sick? I have no idea still. Just take this. But we're different. We tell you the truth and we give you opportunity to learn more. To learn more. One wise man once told me, take advantage of opportunities. And this is your chance, ladies and gentlemen, to take advantage of this opportunity that we are presenting to you. Don't suffer in silence. Give me a call. We'll talk it over. We'll get you help. There's no controversy here. None. We make you feel welcome, part of the family. Part of the family. So if anyone have any questions, just know, okay, that we have a right to refuse treatment from anyone. We have that right. We're protected by the 14th Amendment. Is that we do not have to take treatment and pharmaceutical drugs. No one can force you to take treatment or pharmaceutical drugs. It's a law. But what you gonna do? Because that's all we knew before is pharmaceutical. That's all we knew. But now we have symptometry, where there's no side effects. Because we're doing gentle cleaning with heat, with power, with strength, with force to remove. And it's all being done within. You don't feel anything except amazing. I would say the second week, you start feeling amazing. 30 days, you doing jumping jacks. 60 days, you ready for a marathon because you've cleaned your ligaments, your joints, your blood, your lymphatic system that has been clogged for years. Ladies, our breasts. You wonder why we sag at old age? We have products that can clean your breasts and give them some lifting up there. Okay? Some substance now. That's just sludge on them. That's making them, stuff. But we can get that sludge off. We have the products for that. Men, we can help you too. We can help you keep everything. Keep that manhood strong. Strong. Okay? This is the therapeutics you have today. This is the therapeutics you have today. Today. Okay, so I just want to close with that and hope you enjoyed the presentation and got something from it that you can use in your journey to optimal health.
Absolutely amazing, Miss Yvette. We're going to see if anybody have a question or two from you before we have to leave. We're getting close to our signing off time. But we want to share your information once again. We have Miss Yvette Dean, a certified scintimeter health coach at the American School of Scintimetry. Been around a while. We've been classmates for a long time.
Yes.
Absolutely
Yes.
incredible. We've shared this journey together, become scintimetry doctors, able to reverse and remove every mental anomaly, physical anomaly, emotional anomaly from a person.
Yes.
Absolutely incredible, Miss Yvette. We're able to do it.
Incredible.
Help people to stay in compliance with the natural law, the laws that govern all of us and the creation. Absolutely amazing. This is why people are sick. They're in violation of natural laws. They don't even know them.
No, no. But we're here now to let them know.
Absolutely.
We're here to let them know.
And we're not supposed to be sick. Sickness means we violated the law. And the penalty is sickness and disease. We have to be in compliance, brothers and sisters. We have to learn what it means to submit to the laws that the Almighty has created. That's the system he put in place to keep everything in balance, to observe homeostasis, not only in ourselves, but in the universe. There's harmony. The disharmony is with humans because they don't know better.
Right.
So now we have a therapeutic that make the connection with the universe, help us to be in compliance with natural law. So we don't have a disease. Absolutely incredible. We are two better people since being student at the American School of Scintimetry. Our eyes has been lifted and opened to understand more the universe and our purpose for being here, Miss Yvette. Isn't that amazing? We know our purpose now.
Yes, I feel so rich.
Exactly. And no physician can scare us with a disease and force us to take medication. With inoculation.
Yes.
That will remove hydrogen from our body, that will remove heat from our body, that will remove water from our body, cause our cells to become dehydrated. Absolutely amazing. So anybody have a question for our guest before she has to leave? Before we have to sign off? Anyone have a question at all for our guest, Miss Yvette Dean, certified scintimeter health coach, and she specialized in scientific recipes, brother and sister.
Yes.
Scientific recipes.
Yes. Yes. Teach you how to cook your food.
How to cook. Bad cooking make people sick, Miss Yvette. Bad cooking. People think they can cook. They think they know culinary.
Have no idea.
They have culinary skills. We had to take a culinary science class at the American School. We had to know all about food, all about the air we breathe, all about the water we drink, all about the cells that made us.
The plants.
We have to know about the blood, the DNA. All of these things we have to learn at the American School of Scintimetry. Things that your physician never studied. He never studied air science, never studied blood science. He never studied the science of the DNA.
Yes.
He never studied this. He never studied natural law. Brother and sister, he never studied natural laws. He don't know anything about natural law, that you have to be in compliance with them. He will give you a drug. And we're not made of drugs. We're made of water.
No.
Nutrients.
No, we're not. Yes.
Resources.
Yes.
Not drugs. Man-made chemical.
No.
Absolutely amazing. So anybody with a question? One question before we have to depart. We thank you so very much for joining us today here on a new episode Optimal Health on AM 360. We talked about the benefit of the application of hot water benefits. So help us to keep in compliance with the natural law. Then we talk about the health controversy. No one knows what health is, and they're trying to teach you, give you this, give you that, sell you something. They don't know anything about cells. They never study cell science to see what the needs of the cells are. And they ignore the cell. Your own physician will ignore your cells, brother and sister.
They'll tell you to go pick up a supplement, not knowing what that supplement can do for you, how it harms you, because you're taking too much of something.
Exactly. They know about how the human body functions. Less is more in the human body. Less is more. Not more is more. Less is more.
Yes.
So, brothers and sisters, we thank you for joining us. We're going to get ready and prepare to make our exit. It's absolutely amazing. Please come back, bring someone with you on our new episode of next week of Optimal Health on AM 360. We'll have some excellent topic that's going to hold your attention. It's absolutely amazing the information that we're being exposed to.
Yes.
Where else you can find this information? Nowhere else.
Nowhere.
Don't even look for it. Don't even try. It's only at the American School of Symptometry. Only. And we'll share it on this program and this platform, AM 360. Absolutely amazing, brothers and sisters. Absolutely amazing. So we thank you for joining us today here on Optimal Health on AM 360.